I know you wrote an article. What did the Cowboys, week one, the Browns will face the Cowboys. What did the Cowboys change in the offseason?
Well, the Cowboys lost a lot of guys this offseason. They lost Tony Pollard, Tyron Smith, Tyler Biadasz, but most importantly, they lost Dan Quinn, the defensive coordinator, who's now the head coach of the Washington Commanders. And you look at what Dan Quinn did for the Cowboys, they were twice a top five scoring defense under his stewardship as defensive coordinator. They replaced him with Mike Zimmer, and obviously Mike Zimmer has had a great defensive reputation, but he hasn't been on an NFL sideline since he was the head coach of the Vikings in 2021. So he's been away from the game for a little bit. And obviously, the longer you're away from the game, the more it kind of changes. And obviously, it's changed a little bit over the last two seasons. When you look at what they've added, they really haven't added much. They brought Zeke Elliott back to Dallas. They also signed a solid veteran linebacker, Eric Kendricks. But because of all they don't have and what they let go, transitioning to a new defensive scheme, I feel like if you're the Browns, this is the time you want to get them. Is you want to get them in week one while the defenders are learning a new scheme. And while the offensive line, as I mentioned, like I said, Tyron Smith's not there, Tyler Biadasz not there. You lose two quality starters, including Smith, who's probably going to be a Hall of Famer, and you put them up against Myles Garrett and Za'Darius Smith. That is a massive, massive advantage for the Browns. That said, Dak Prescott's really good. They might have to turn this into a track meet to at the moment to best beat the Browns. They certainly have the personnel to do it. It's just going to be a tall order against this defense.
Yeah, and the other thing to keep in mind, Mike Zimmer, Kevin Stefanski, very familiar with him. He was a defensive. Or Kevin Stefanski coached under Mike Zimmer when he was the head coach with the Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, that familiarity certainly has to help. We know what kind of great defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer was and what he did with the Minnesota with what he did with the Cincinnati Bengals, I should say, back in the day.